I actually decided to do something a little different. I'm actually going live to watch a little bit. I've been watching um, NCAA Division One games just because they're on, because they have a better calendar than Division Three, and so they have a game on right now: Notre Dame, Michigan, at Michigan, and so I'm gonna pull that up and sort of we can watch together. Let's see if that comes up. It's not going to do. It might not let me do it. It's because it's ESPN, maybe? Let's try. Boo hiss. They have some sort of top notch technology that maybe you can't watch. Just kind of a bummer. All right, well, I'll just, I will stop sharing because it's ESPN, maybe? I don't know. I will say one of the things you notice the difference I think you see a lot of between Division One and Division Three. Obviously, size and speed. There's definitely a higher level of technical ability of players, and also the use of space and the field. They actually two things I noticed so far watching. They tend to use a lot more space because they're playing with such speed that they can close that space a lot better and get wider a lot quicker. But then the other thing I noticed is that it's not a lot of teams are when they defend, they're like, I'm just going to keep the ball in front. You can have the ball, and they just defend in front until it becomes a 50-50 ball, and then they challenge. Something that in a lot of Division Three games, what you see is you know for the high press or they're going for the ball. They don't necessarily do that. They get into a shape and they defend as a team and in shape, and they're looking to make sure that there's no errors in the back and there's no ability to break lines or do anything like that. So you try this again. Yeah. No, it blocks it out. Huh, neat. I wonder why it's funny how, they're not, it's not, it's not showing the screen, because it's on ESPN. If it were on the NCAA website, like all the other games, I could capture it, which I'll do this weekend as games get played. See if I can't do some women's games too. So Michigan's, I don't want to say dominating, but they're kind of have most of the run of play, and doing a good job of getting around the outside backs of ND. But nothing. They haven't cracked the goal yet. ND is sort of sitting back and letting Michigan sort of run the play, but get forward pretty quickly once they win the ball. So and I'll be honest with you, I don't follow the. Maybe you know what we can do. I know what we can do. That didn't look. Oh, good save by the keeper. That was a good rip by Michigan from the 18. Keeper made a big save. student announcer are full of enthusiasms as well. So, ooh, that looked like a handball, but yeah, the Michigan's keeping up the pressure. They do have some skillful players in tight spaces. Like they're not afraid to be in tight spaces and hang on to the ball. Their mastery of the ball is at a different level than obviously Division 3. I'll just say more consistently, right? Like across the roster, three, four, five guys at Division 3 that have this mastery of the ball. These, this that Division 1 and the games that I've watched, you just sort of see like, these 11, 12, 13 players just have this, are much better with the ball than you'd expect. So, but I'd also say, right, like it's funny because U.S. soccer and sort of what they want to do with NCAA. If you right, I'm watching the game, and I'm just sort of noticing like the organizationally teams are much more organized and better into shape. And then I remind myself they probably have a month jump on Division 3, which again Division 1 different ball, but they have an extra month to train. So they come in end of July or whenever it is, and they start training. That amount of time probably off the crossbar again twice. Oh my gosh, two times Michigan hit the crossbar in a row for Michigan. But they have an extra month, so think of all the tact. I wonder. I should start asking this question of Division 3 coaches. Like, if they had a month of preseason, like how much more do they think that they would be tactical? Right? Not yeah, because they get 13 days or 14 days right now. So this is a type of game right off the bat, and seeing what Michigan's done. They just hit the crossbar twice, and this, off the crossbar on a shot, off the crossbar on the rebound header. And my first thought is like, this is the sort of game that Notre Dame's going to sit and wait for the right opportunity. They get the right opportunity, they score a goal, and Michigan's going to pummel the goal, and they're not going to score. I watched the Duke FDU game. I watched the Duke FDU game. Um, the Duke FDU game, and it was 0-0 with a minute and a half left, and Duke gets a breakaway, and inside the box, FDU player slide tackles the guy, doesn't even come close to getting the ball, and takes the guy down for with a minute and a half left. I was like, what? Anyhow, penalty. Duke goes ahead and plays Saturday, Thursday at um, at Princeton. So I'm probably, if you're looking to corral simple coach, you might find me at Robert Stadium at Princeton on Sunday at 4. Randy, indeed it does. Doesn't that look massive? Like, and maybe it's because there's no lines and the fact that it's grass. Um, I wonder. I am actually. Randy suggested Restream. I don't know who Restream is or what they do. Maybe I should. And I'm trying to figure that out as we go. ND just gets a free kick from the. Okay, log in now. I don't understand this email already. All right, so keeper 60. So ND gets a call outside the 18, like 19 yards away, and they're doing on a foul. They're doing a. That's a foul. Can't like you can't. People need to learn that you can't like pick a guy in soccer. If you have the ball and you pick them from moving in the direction they want to, you can't do that. So, new stream. Let me see if I can do this. I don't know. Randy opened a can of worms with this restream thing. Ooh. Okay. Let's see if I can do this now. Trauma. Ooh, just wide. There we go. Not the best. This is Restream. Oh, just. All right. Not too shabby. Looks a little glitchy on the screen, but here we go. Like, look how balanced Notre Dame is, right? Like, just if you get a chance, just defensively. And again, I'm convinced like a month of preparation for them is huge, huge. Popcorn. I'm not sure about that one, but okay. Oh, that's a good ball. Look, ND gets back. And, yep, okay. Break us down. And not having watched ND all game or all season, like this is my first game watching. So I don't know if this is common or this is just the way ND plays or Michigan's just really good. And so when they stepped up, now Michigan's, a little bit higher press, forcing. Boy, everybody's hitting the ground looking for the referee. If that's your game plan, oof. It's like arguing throw-ins, right? Like if that's your game plan, then you got some problems. Oh, it's a good ball. Oh, that's a great ball. Oh, what a save. Oof. That was a. That's what I mean. Notice that they're not. ND is not messing around with sort of waiting and patient. They're just going. Get forward, get on the attack. Great run. Clearly, they didn't like the goalkeeper. Did not like his call. Oof. I don't know. I'm not sure what they're arguing, but whatever. Game on. Oh, oh. Oh. Hmm. Clearly, right? Like again, just this game. Set pieces are a big deal. If you can, I'm not saying that that's not a foul, right? But if you're if you're making the move on someone, you're okay taking the foul because of the set pieces, right? And set plays. And I'm sure they have different looks on what set plays look like and sort of what they expect to do. And sorry, I think somebody's coming home. Great, Paul. So, okay. That's the other thing too is if you watch this in comparison to like they don't they tight call it tight or at least this ref, right? Like, all right. Hey, I just had something come up. I gotta